Hi everyone, welcome once again. My name is Bright Betanu and I am your Kente teacher. In my introductory video, I made it known to you that in my first episode, I will be bringing you a brief history on how Kente cloth came into existence. Before I kickstart, you will all agree with me that every invention in the history of man was inspired by nature. Yes, every invention in the history of man was inspired by nature. Let's take the aeroplane for instance. Those who invent the aeroplane or the inventors of the aeroplane were inspired by birds. They observed the movement of birds in the sky and got the idea to manufacture the aeroplanes. That is why when you look at the aeroplane, it takes the shape of a bird. It has the wings and then the tail, because that is the only shape it can assume to function like the bird do. Let's take the whale in the sea for instance. The whale also inspired the manufacture of the submarine. So when you look at a submarine, it takes the shape of a whale, because that is the shape it needs to assume to function like the whale do. Now, the Kente cloth is of no exception. It was also inspired by an insect. Yes, it was inspired by an insect. Now let's delve into how the discovery came about. About 500 years ago, there lived two brothers. The two brothers were hunters. So in the olden days, as we know, the beginning of agriculture then was the normal or the usual hunting and gathering. So they went on their usual hunting expeditions. So they traveled far into the forest. So on their way back, they were tired and decided to rest under a tree. So they hung their lamp on one of the branches of a tree and laid down under the tree. The younger brother fell asleep, or he slept, while the older one was awake. And while he was awake, he was just observing the lamp that he hung on the branch of the tree. Guess what he saw? He saw a spider weaving its web across the lamp. And he was amazed. He woke the brother up to observe what he was seeing. So they both observed closely what the spider was doing. Yes, they observed how the spider was weaving its web. They observed closely until the spider was done. And they keep observing the little creature doing that marvelous job. They were amazed. So they said to each other, if this little creature can do something like this, then they as humans can tap from that knowledge and build on it. So they went home, and the idea they got or they saw from the spider was first applied in the weaving of baskets, which the accounts call Kente. As the days goes by, as time goes on, they've decided to build upon the knowledge of weaving Kente and weaving a fabric. That was the genesis of the Kente cloth. So these two brothers prepared a warp yarn and a weft yarn and began weaving with some of the improvised materials that they were having by then. They used cotton because it was available at that time. That was how the Kente weaving started. Then, in the Ewe land, they describe the Kente as Ke Nate, which means open, fix the weft yarn and beat it. Ke Nate. So it was from these two perspectives that the name Kente was deduced, from the Akan perspective of the basket and then the Ewe's perspective of Ke Nate was what brought about the name we have now as Kente. So the Kente cloth, its discovery, the credit cannot be given to any particular tribe or geographical area. Yes, because each of the geographical areas or the tribes across Ghana contributed their quota in discovering and developing the Kente cloth. We have it in the northern region, we have it in the Volta region, and we have it in the Ashanti region, Bonre to be precise. And in the Volta region, Tafia Bupe and Agotime Petwe are the well-known or the major places where Kente is woven. And when you go to the northern sector too, you see their own type of Kente. So that was how the Kente cloth came into existence. The most important thing is that the Kente cloth is 100% Ghanaian and proudly African. Yes, so that was how the spider also inspired these two gentlemen to manufacture or discover a cloth, this majestic cloth that we call Kente, and it has lived for ages and is still relevant and significant in today's world. That is the history of how Kente came into existence. Make sure you stay glued to the channel, because the next video, the next episode is going to be on the tools and the materials that are used in weaving Kente and their function. So stay glued to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, you comment and like. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.